so it's been a couple of weeks and we've done a lot of finagling. The wiring is tucked away, everything's wired up. Didn't want to bore y'all with that kind of stuff, but today we're actually going to try and drive the car for the first time. Big things that are mysteries to us is if the cooling system is actually even going to hold temperature with this little radiator in here. We have a fan hooked up. We just have one big 14-inch. We don't have any of our auxiliary fans hooked up yet. Everything has fluid in it. Diff has been serviced, and the brakes have been serviced too. Clutch is bled, and the brakes are bled too. We'll see how that actually feels. There's a bunch of things that we don't know about. Cooling system being one of them, but also steering. We don't know. Don't have power steering yet, so we don't know how it's going to feel when it has power steering or not. I have read I need a restrictor in the system because this pump is a little bit big for this rack, but you know, that's all new geometry. That's all new things. We know we have bump steer because of the size of the length of the rack in the car, but because of the little bit of travel that this thing's going to have, we're not worried about it. But seeing how that feels, drive shaft, is it gonna like shake a little bit? Is it gonna rattle? We don't know. It should be fine. It's in line. So if our measurements were correct, it should feel really good. But we don't know. So this is gonna be a shakedown of a lot of different things. We might even throw the fenders on, but we don't know. We're gonna drop it off the stands. We're gonna roll it outside. We're gonna see if the clutch is actually bled as it should be, and see if we can get it in and out of gear. And then we're gonna take it for a drive. So, laid the carpet back down in the car. It looks way better. It actually is like kind of a big moment because we've never seen the tunnel covered up. Haven't seen the carpet back in the car for like 5 months now, 5-6 months.
You'll have that on these big jobs.
Have it on big jobs, man. You know, it just takes a long time to get there. One thing I am kind of paranoid about is that there's no safety switch. So if I turn the starter over with this thing in gear, it'll just drive itself off the blocks, which is not cool. So I'm checking that every once in a while. I've got my fuel pump switch. Check this out. Look how ghetto this is. There you go. Yeah, fuel pump. It's not on right now. It's all just zip tied away. I got my temperature sensor and my oil pressure gauge right there. Amazon special from Marshall. Let's test for fuel then. See what we got in our poly carburetor.
No! Turn off, turn off.
Where did you get that fuel?
That fuel is nasty looking.
Huh?
Fuel is yellow.
Been in
looking.
and out of the tank a couple of times and sat in the backyard for a little while.
Filtered. So we did the right thing and put it back in the car.
Put it back in the car. And these days, a guy can't afford to go buy 93. This is why we should run race gas so it just evaporates.
Yeah, it smells better.
Okay, exactly.
Try that.
Try that.
It's looking better.
Sure?
No, it actually is. I don't see anything on the back.
Yeah, we're good.
Cool. Let's check underneath. Y'all ready to fire up again?
Larry?
God, it's nerve-wracking. I don't know why.
Not gonna do the AccuSump prelude.
I mean, I could to watch my little gauge go up. I think I'll leave it closed for right now and then open it
I
later.
wouldn't worry about it.
I want to watch my oil pressure gauge
Don't
up.
tell them.
Huh?
Don't tell them.
Oh, okay. All right, y'all
That's the
ready?
first sound through that.
Oh yeah, through the
We
little
got a
room
silencer
there.
on it.
Oh, dude, this thing's gonna sound stupid. All right, ready?
It should.
I've never turned her over. Fuel pump engage. Oh wait,
Need your
is the fuse in the ignition? I didn't hook the ground back up when I was putting my stud in for the ground, so
to
that's
what?
to the MSD box. So the MSD wasn't making any sparkulator. So. All right, now that we have ground, fire in the hole. Watch the fire. Turn it. Should I just leave the fuel pump off?
It won't matter. It's
Good for a minute.
Good for
fine until the carburetor starts to dry down.
Okay, here we go. now we backfed the engine with coolant because we weren't going to wait for the thermostat to open, even though I got a 160-degree thermostat in it. We wanted to get the coolant flowing. We're pretty confident we didn't get the engine too hot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't get too hot. Heads are probably sitting at about 130, 145 right now. I mean, I can still lay my hand on them. So, not bad. We're going to get the coolant system, try to get it figured out. Maybe even see if the fan works here in a second. I don't know which switch to have up to right now.
Shouldn't have to touch it. Should just turn the key and it'll start.
All right, you guys ready?
Still in neutral?
Yeah, it's still in neutral.
Parking brake on?
Yeah, it is. Oil's warmer. Sitting at about 25, 26 pounds.
Water's going down.
Huh?
Temperature's going down.
A little bit. I need my throttle work. I need my throttle work. Wow, wow. That's straight gnarly. Yeah.
I'd let it down.
Look at this from the fuel. Look how cold it is.
There's a lot of
It
stuff
is
coming.
cool.
That's crazy.
There's a lot of stuff coming off that header wrap too.
Yeah, the header wrap's
Like,
got a little
it's
oil
got
in
some
it.
oil in it. That's
Yeah, it's gonna have to dry it out.
oh yeah, man, that's like
Ice cold,
Very cold.
man.
Isn't that weird?
It's cold. You're right.
yeah.
All right, she's recording.
We have to check lug nut tightness.
Already recording.
Yeah, that should be good.
All right, coming down.
She's tiny.
Dang, this thing sits low.
Yeah. This tiny car.
Whoa.
What's your air cleaner?
Oh yeah. The cream de la creme.
Where's the nut?
Right there.
Oh, okay. There we go. All right, does everybody know where the fire extinguishers are located?
Yes.
First thing we grab.
In
is
case
the
of an
fire-
emergency, the exits are here.
Here. All right, are y'all ready?
Yep.
This seat is entirely too high.
Yeah.
Oh God. Somebody's life's about to change.
Well, that's cool. Any
crazy.
first impressions?
The seat is entirely too high.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Seat
You need to be
sucks.
way down in
I
there.
need to be way down in there, as low as the car sits. The clutch is amazingly light. It is just as light as the GTI's, for sure. Oh, I turned it off, but it dieseled a little bit after it. Thing looks hilarious without a front end on it.
Yeah, I kind of like it. It looks
I
very.
wasn't expecting.
Oh, you
Backing
didn't.
up.
Oh.
It has unicorn testing vibes to it.
It looks like a drift car.
It does look like a drift car. Hey, it's still got a good bit of turning radius. It feels pretty normal. Steering's chunky, but I mean that can be just.
It's all manual.
Yeah, it's all manual, so it doesn't. Not the smoothest thing in the world, but dang.
You want to get that GoPro off from under there?
Yeah, let's get that GoPro out.
Car accelerate pretty good.
It does. I can't wait to put nitrous on it. So super happy with how the car drove. There were a lot of unknowns, obviously. The cooling system actually worked. Our air temp gauge, well, I say air temp because the gauge that I used is calibrated for air temperature and not coolant temperature, which is why it's stuck at 158 degrees. Our fan came on, which is on a thermal switch at 176-ish degrees, and it came on and turned back off, and we're pretty confident we didn't get the motor hot at all. I'm going to swap that gauge out with an actual coolant temperature one that's calibrated up to a certain, 300 degrees or whatever, so that I can actually see what the temperature's doing. Doesn't smoke. Transmission shifts into all 5 gears and reverse. Between the engine and transmission, this thing has close to 500,000 miles on it. And this is old junkyard crap that we've just treated really nice and put into a car, and it works really well. And so it's hard to express and to feel what it's like when you see a project and to feel a project roll out the door for the first time. It's emotionally, it was like overwhelming for a second. I was kind of like, holy crap, this is working. I've spent a lot of money, but heck, it works. And I can't believe that I actually got to drive it. The clutch worked and everything. I got to run it through a couple of gears. And overall, just an amazing, amazing first drive. Because we could have had, oil leaks. We could have had coolant everywhere. We could have had, who knows, one of the head gaskets could have blown on us. Who knows? Something weird like that. Overall, we're super happy with how the car turned out. Billy's upset that his bed got moved because he's been sleeping in the carpet in the car for a while now. While I've been out here working till midnight and stuff. But didn't get to do a burnout. Didn't get to run through the gears really. I'm actually going to break the clutch in. We're going to spend some time finagling some things and checking out oil lines and how they're run, and that things aren't getting too hot or rubbing where they shouldn't. So yeah, that's the end of the first drive video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see y'all next time. He looks like, it's like, what are you doing?
Tell the people, Billy. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Gotta subscribe.